What's up everybody and welcome back to the Offbeat Gardener. Today we're having a quick kitchen day where we're gonna make some snacks. I saw this recipe on Pro Home Cook's channel here on YouTube. I'm gonna link the video down below so you can see it for yourself. And it looks so good, and I happen to have dragon fruit, which is what he used in his video to make the fruit roll-ups. I don't know if I said we're making fruit roll-ups, but we are. He used dragon fruit. I happen to have a big bag of dragon fruit that's been sitting in the freezer collecting dust because I just forget about it, and I haven't been making smoothies that much lately. So once I saw that recipe on his channel, I was like, bingo, I know exactly what to do with the dragon fruit. It's perfect. So we have our bag of dragon fruit here. We have some mango chunks, of course our Ninja. I have some maple syrup here and 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. First things first, let's get our dragon fruit and our mangoes into the blender along with the maple syrup and the juice of 1 lime. I've sufficiently stained my fingers, so that's great. There's a lot of dragon fruit in here, so what I'm gonna do is blend this up and try to get it to reduce a little bit before I add the mango chunks, because right now it's not gonna fit. Isn't that color magnificent? I mean, I want my nails to be that color. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I just want to swim in this. So let's see what we got. There's our puree. We have the juice of 1 lime in there. We also have a tablespoon and a half, I would say, I eyeballed it, of maple syrup. That's optional, but he used it in his recipe, so I'm going to give it a try and use it in mine. And now we add the mango. And there you have it. So now what we're gonna do is take all of this and transfer it over to our 2 baking sheets that are lined with parchment paper. If you saw in the beginning of the video, I did set the oven to 175 degrees because what we're trying to do here is not necessarily cook it, we're trying to dehydrate it. So we want like slow and steady heat so that it dehydrates instead of cooking. If your temperature is too high, you're gonna end up with a bunch of crispy fruit roll-ups instead of having the nice smooth kind of chewy ones that traditionally you'd have in a fruit roll-up. So that's why we're doing it that way. All right, I evenly distributed the mixture onto the 2 baking sheets. So now what I'm gonna do is spread it out. All right, there we have our 2 sheet pans with our mixture. The mixture is a little thicker than I'd like it to be in terms of how much is in each pan, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. It'll probably take a little longer to dehydrate. When I smoothed it out, I wasn't too worried about making it completely even because that's gonna sort itself out in the oven anyway, so you know, just do the best you can. We're gonna pop these in the oven for 2 hours and revisit it to see where we are in the process. All right, everybody, it's the next day. These fruit roll-ups were in the oven from about 4:30 until close to midnight last night because I made such a thick layer that it took a very long time for it to dehydrate, but it looks excellent. And of course, I did taste it and it's delicious. There's a couple of things I want to point out to you. First of all, make your layers thinner than what I did. That way it'll cook faster, or dehydrate rather faster. You won't run into the issue I had of keeping it in the oven for hours and hours. No matter how thick your layers are, you want to take it out when, if you touch it, you don't get any pullback. So for example, over here, I had touched it and it lifted. That basically means that it was still too moist and needed more time in the oven to dehydrate. So you want to get it out when it's shiny like this. If you wait too long, this is what happens. You see the color here, how it's kind of brown, and here's more like a nice juicy red. It'll get really, really crispy, and it's not going to be like the fruit leather that you're looking for. If you take it out of the oven when it's still kind of glossy like this, then you won't have that problem. And just to show you, I did make 2 pans, and clearly this one is basically gone. So what I did is I cut it into strips, and what's nice about this is it makes it very easy to peel with the parchment paper on the back. So when you go to peel it, it's super easy. You're going to take the parchment paper and just pull back, and there's your fruit roll-up. So like I said, you don't want to cook it the way that, if you see here how it's getting kind of brown, you don't want to cook it. You want it to still have that vibrant color, and you want it to be pliable. Well, that's not parchment paper. That's just, it's a little overcooked. So yeah, it's pliable, and you can roll it up the way you would a traditional fruit roll up. They're actually really good. I'm planning to, this is my first time making this, so I really didn't know what to expect, but the recipe works. It's very easy, doesn't require too much effort, and what I think I'm gonna do is play around with some flavors. I don't know, yes, last night while these were in the oven, I was thinking about making like a pina colada flavor once. I may give that a try, and if I do, I'll be sure to show you guys and let you know how that goes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give this a try, and if you do, let me know how yours goes, and let me know what flavor combinations you do, because I'd be interested to hear some interesting flavor combinations if you come up with some and give them a try. So please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you again for your time. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!